Hi folks, it's Keith, VE3SVQ, Victor Echo 3 Sierra Victor Quebec, sometimes also VA3KEI, and the author of the Shaky Key blog or vlog, depending on how we're doing them. What I want to talk today is really for newcomers who've never done this, and newcomers could be someone who's got, their license for 30 years, like myself or others who never bothered to go portable, never bothered to try and activate a park. So when you're doing it for the first time, one of the questions that you come up with is, how do we get power? And obviously, there's a number of different ways. I do know some people who just plug it into the lighter socket in their car or truck, although that's not recommended at all. Other people use lead acid batteries, which are quite popular because of their price. And they're very easy to recharge, so a lot of people still use them. The biggest disadvantage is they're very heavy and bulky, and that's the main thing. And if you're hiking, a couple of kilometers or miles in the States into a site, then, that's an issue. Other people are using what are now called the lithium batteries, and these are excellent. These are very small, compact, fairly lightweight, and they seem to work exceptionally well. Even in cold weather, they'll work fairly well. So the one I've been using so far is the Markham Brute. I'll show you that one in a minute. Excellent, sold by Cabela's. I have a Cabela's in Ottawa, and very easy to pick up. So when you buy these, the very important thing to remember, you cannot use your normal battery charger that you would use for a lead acid battery or car battery. You have to have a special charger. So when you buy your first battery, get the charger with it. Charger separately is probably about $45, somewhere in there, and that's Canadian prices. American prices are generally about 30% less than what we pay up here. The other issue with these batteries is that, you can have 2 or 3. So if you're going out for any long period of time, you can bring more than one battery because they're small enough and light enough. Now, the Markham Brute, it's size-wise, it's about 6 inches by 3 by 2.5. So it's not a big battery. It's, you can hold it in your hand quite easily, but the size of many people's GPS devices, the old GPS devices that used to be stuck on the dashboard. Canadian prices, like I say, about $145, and that gets you the battery plus the charger. Everything comes all together. The other issue in Canada, of course, shipping costs. If you're in the States, it's going to be the same thing. So always keep that in mind. Shipping costs add extra. And that's really it. So let's take a quick look at the battery, and we'll see where we go from there. This is a close-up of the battery. You see all the information. So if you're looking for one, easy to find it sitting on a shelf. There's your color-coded. Got your studs, so you know what to hook onto. This is the charger that comes with it. As you can see, it's got the safety fuse there. You've got your hookups here. It works very efficiently. It's got a couple of speeds, so initially it'll rapid charge, and then it will slow down and do like a trickle charge in the end. One of the issues for me was, how do I hook the battery up to the radio? And, I don't say it was a mystery, but it was something that bugged me. And then I remembered back in the 90s, I'd use Anderson power poles and for my radio at that point, the HW101. And it worked quite well. So I decided I would try the same this time. So this is actually the cable from the ICOM 73. So I cut part off the end and proceeded to try and put everything together. And I was having a lot of problems with it. And then finally just went on to one of our Facebook sites here in Ottawa and put out a call, can someone come and show me how to do this properly? And 2 people answered within a couple of minutes. One met me that night, and we were in business. And my mistake was I was using 30 amp, and with this size wire, I needed the 45 amp. So there you go, something simple. Anyway, that's cable runs right to my radio. And this is I would just call it a jumper cable that runs from the battery to that cable on the radio. So there's your Anderson power poles on that end. There's where you hook up to the studs on the battery there. So very, very simple solution. And I don't know how many hours I wasted trying to figure that out. You can also buy this from PowerWorks, I think it is. They sell it as well. Yeah, so the radio is installed, or at least hooked up in its usual spot. I haven't attached the battery yet. The antenna is on though. Number one, never forget your antenna to attach it. Now, one of the things a lot of people forget when we make these videos is there's an awful lot of people out there who have never done this before, have no clue what we're doing, and are trying to learn. So I thought, based on some of the questions I get asked, maybe I would expand on it just a little bit with this video, seeing I am back at the same park that I've done a couple of times before. So some people were asking about the battery. So most of these batteries, Canadian prices, somewhere between 80 and 100 bucks. The one that I use, you can get at Cabela's. You can either order it online, or you can, if you've got one near us, feel like we do here in Ottawa, you can go out and you can get it. And this is the battery here. Excellent little battery. Getting some glare from the sun there. It's an excellent little battery. You can see by the size of my hand on it that this is not very big, but it will give me 10 hours anyways, and maybe a bit less with my radio. Well, that's the side of the battery. You can see it sitting on the dash. There's my GPS beside it. So it's not very big. It's very lightweight. So if you're backpacking in anywhere, it's good. And I can say it's definitely a good quality battery. Well, that's it, folks. That's a wrap. And hopefully you got something out of this and learned a little bit. And who knows, maybe we'll hear you on the air when you activate your own park. So it's Keith, Victor Echo 3, Sierra, Victor, Quebec, 73. Have a great day.